All right. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the live taping of the CBD and Keke. I had to turn myself down a little bit. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay. So for those of you guys that are watching, I was about to say watching out in TV land and Facebook land, somebody give me a thumbs up and let me know that you guys can hear me okay before we get started on the show. So for those of you that don't know, the CBD and Keke, this is something that I put together a long time ago. CBD standing for we chill, believe, and dedicate ourselves to our highest good, okay? And so I've taken on the business adventure of being a love and diversity dating coach. You can go and visit my website at SheenaSimmons.com. And that's where you could book a discovery call with me. But tonight is going to be a fantastic night because I am talking all things relationships, and especially diverse ones, because not all relationships are the same. Not all demographics, not all people handle things the same. And so I really wanted to just jump into the meat and the potatoes of things. So tonight's episode actually, this one is titled, hold on, let me flip my little page here. This one actually is about the value of a person in your life and how we assign value to people. So sorry, I know it looks like I'm fidgeting around a lot. Give me a sec. Okay, there we go. Because I want you guys to be able to call in. So I'm going to give you guys the phone number and allow you guys to jot that down. But let's just jump into it. So live taping of the CBD and Keke, we're going to talk about how people assign value. So everything in your life that you decide to keep or discard has a value system that you put in place either consciously or subconsciously. When you're trying to figure out who you want to date, why you want to date them, and why you think things would work out, it's important for you yourself to understand, how do I assign value to different things? So we're going to comb through, because I don't like to do blanket statements in regards to all men like this or all women like whatever. It really is a case-by-case basis. So, again, let's just get into it. So how I value you as a person, you're going to get to see how much or what I value or how much you're worth in my ecosystem based on how I prioritize you, okay? Because I don't care who you are, business executive, you could brush cats for a living. I don't care what it is that you do. But if somebody or something in your life is a priority, I guarantee you find a way to put that first. Now, often in life, we get distracted with things or we have easy way outs or there's no one that's there to judge us and say that we're doing something wrong. So sometimes we'll skate by. But the real meat and the potatoes of it is this thing or person a priority to you or not? Only you get to choose that. So then that's where we get to the adulting part of finding our why. Why do I like this person? And now I would appreciate those of you that are following me on Facebook. And for those of you that are just listening over the airwaves, feel free to email me, guys, and tell me what your opinions are. And again, you'll be able to reach out to me and call in whenever we have that Q&A session. The business line, get out your pen and paper, is 512-938-8426, okay? And so that's just going to be fun all the way around. But back to the subject here. Whenever we're prioritizing somebody, it's based on the value that we feel that they bring to our lives. Now, when you have people that are looking at a couple, which we've all done that, where you see, and I'm just going to give an example, where the girl is just a hottie, okay? She is a whole 10. She is stacked and built to the gods, honey, built. And then you have the dude that's kind of average and like kind of obnoxious. So then you start asking like, I wonder what that dynamic is. Now, unfortunately, guess what people are automatically going to say about that more attractive female? She is automatically touted as a what? Guess, gold digger. Why do we think that in society? Because in our minds, what we're thinking is, well, what's the value there? I don't get it. She looks like she brings so much more to the table because she's so attractive. And then he's just kind of average. So what's the tea? We have got to get out of that mindset and just think about, we don't know those people. So she could have had people that just ogled her and talked about her looks all day long, not interested in her brain, not interested about hearing her ideas, but they just like talking about her looks. And that average guy is the one dude that has actually indulged her and said, you know what, I want to know more about you. And they have meaningful conversations. That's why they're together. So I want you guys to kind of sit and marinate on that like chicken for a minute. Think about someone that you have looked at and you have prejudged what you think their value system is in that relationship. Now, you know, whenever you see people that say hashtag relationship goals, baby, you might not think that if you were to get down and find out what value systems are in certain relationships. Because I don't know about you, but I have said this before, there are still modern day arranged marriages that go down because the value of that person is different and it's not what we're thinking. We are in 2021 where we get to pick and choose who we're going to be with and at what capacity and why. If you got the coin, you could order a whole wife if you wanted to. It ain't nothing. People do it all the time. So again, that value is whatever it is that you decide for yourself. So let's say if you're an older guy and you're like, look, I've already done the dad thing. I already did the husband thing. I don't really care. What would make somebody valuable to me? All I want is somebody that is going to agree with everything that I say, and she's got to be hot. I don't care if she got brain cells that work or not. She can have brain cells on layaway. Don't care. I just want someone that is going to be hot and agree with everything that I say. Now, from the outside looking in, ooh, especially women, you know we want to judge that hard, don't we? Oh my God, that is so horrible. But is it though? It's horrible whenever things are left out that are pertinent information. But if that works for that dude and that works for the chick, because she could be like, look, I'm really not trying to have to be tuned in or really love a dude. Don't care to do it. Nope. I just want to be able to say yes to everything that he says and look hot. That dynamic works for those folks. Would I sign up for it and co-sign it? Nope. But some people do. So it is not for us to sit back and judge because that's not our place. It's also not our place to dig through other people's trash, especially if you yourself have not looked at your own. Now, digging through your own personal trash, and I don't want to call it trash, but your own personal experiences, I feel like gives you great insight and gives you a leg up on your growth and really looking at yourself and figuring out these questions that I asked earlier, which is, what are your values? What's important to you in a partner? So I just want to go down the line. We talk about how we prioritize people. So let's jump into investment versus liability. There's one thing that I always want to drive home to people whenever we get on that topic of investment versus liability. Okay, that's kind of a slippery slope and it leaves the room for Judgeosaurus Rex, but we're going to get into it anyway. When you are investing in a person, you can invest your time, you can invest your resources, your coin, all of that stuff. But either way it goes, you still got to look at it as what are you investing and what is the liability. Women especially, and this is where I'm going to be very gender specific. Sometimes we don't realize what comes along with a man because we've been taught not to ask, okay? And so I want to encourage all of you and it's not in an invasive way, and I don't ever want you to feel like it is, but it's important for you to know who you're dealing with and what they got out of, so you can better be a good partner for them. You get what I'm saying? It's like, know the nutritional facts on your person. It's important. So if you were with someone that was always cheated on, let's say, they probably have a little bit of PTSD behind that. Now, it is up to us to work through all of our trauma and issues before we call ourselves trying to jump into a relationship if you're looking to have a healthy one. Now, if you have been wrecking balled emotionally, I do not believe in the best way to get over a person is to get up under another one. It's great cardiovascular activity. However, I don't recommend you doing that. Now, there's a difference between that and doing the work, and in the process, it just so happens that you meet your could-be potential person. If you have that sit-down convo with them and you explain the past traumas and things that you've been through and be very transparent, you're allowing them the opportunity to assess to see if you would fit into what would be valuable to them and the risk versus reward. You get what I'm saying? Especially if you're someone that's going to require a lot of patience and a lot of work. But I feel like there are some people that are genuinely up for the challenge, and there are those that know good and well, honey, that they are not, but they will still scoop you up anyway. And a lot of my dating curriculums, I help you to navigate around that, because there are people that are super excited to jump on the train of the wounded bird syndrome, but it's not in the way that you're thinking, okay? So you guys, wounded bird, what do I mean by that? There are some men or women that love them somebody that is emotionally broken. Love it, love it, love it. Because in their minds, that means they're more pliable, okay? That means that it's all like, this person is so starved out for love, no matter what it is that I do or say, they're going to be down, okay? That is the person that I'm trying to help you to avoid, okay? You do not want that person, because that'll be another layer of the dating experience that's equivalent to Pet Sematary. Those of you that, 80s children, you know what I'm talking about. And so the other side of the wounded bird syndrome is the girl that thinks that she can heal and fix, girl or guy, excuse me. Let me not be too gender specific here. The person that feels like they can heal or fix anyone. Or, he's a player, but I'm going to change the game. Sis, you do not want to be the one that takes that on to tackle that grizzly bear. You don't. For me, I don't want to be the one that changes the game for you. I want the game changed, flipped and reversed and marinated and redone, facelift, Botoxed, everything before I get to you. You get what I'm saying? I need you to have all those player juices out before you are dealing with me, but that is just me. That's just how I feel about it. But anyway, so I'm hoping that I'm giving you guys pretty good insight in regards to some of these just different topic matters as far as your value system and how you value a person. Let's talk about the idea of getting to a place of wanting to take a larger step with someone and the why behind that. So we can start out with 2, and we'll talk about cohabitating before anything else. That's a big one. There's a lot of people that opt to cohabitate with the person that they're dating, and that's a trend of theirs. It's like, we're at each other's house all the time anyway. Why don't we just live together? So I think this would be a good opportunity for anyone. If you guys would like to weigh in and have this convo and talk with me about this, I would love for you guys to call into the studio.